All right, so what's up, y'all? We're back in Berlin. We're here at a restaurant called 1990 Vegan Living. I got to recommend it to me, actually, so I'm really excited. They have East Asian food, or it's Vietnamese specifically, right?
I'm not sure.
All right, I'll put that on the screen. But anyways, so today I'm joined by my friends.
Nika, Julia,
and Kevin.
Cool. And so I actually know Camille from like a really long time ago. We used to fence together at fencing camp in Hungary, like way back in the day. It's kind of like band camp, but more extreme. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah. And do you guys want to talk about how y'all ended up here tonight?
Well, we just met, and Camille and I met 2 years ago in Berlin. We've been dating, or together actually, a couple of years since.
And we knew each other for 20 years from school, and I just flew in to surprise him for his birthday.
I just turned 30.
Happy birthday to him. Leave a comment for Camille. So show of hands, who here is vegan? All right, cool. So it's just me. Just FYI, I wanted to establish that. Oh, and by the way, so in this place, we have to write our stuff down on this little sheet.
Maybe we can show it when we filled it in.
Yeah, we'll show it when it's filled in. That's probably big brain over here too. Yeah, so we're gonna write down our orders there, and then we'll show you what we get. So this is like a tapas style place as well. We're like, right? It's got a lot of small dishes.
Like
Yeah.
third bowls, kind of.
No one here has been here, right?
No.
You've been to similar places.
To a similar place.
Okay, cool, sweet, cool. Just letting you know what y'all are in for. But anyways, cool. So let's see what they've got to eat here.
This looks nice. Crispy soy stripes covered in sesame garlic.
All right, this is what we decided on. So actually, maybe we should title the video, "They picked what I eat," because I didn't choose any of this.
Yeah.
All right, so notice the blue police lights. The cops are here for us. As you guys can see, one of the advantages of having so many people here at the dinner is we got to order a ton of different stuff. What do y'all think? How does it look?
So good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Don't know where to
We're
start.
ready for it.
These are the ones we're gonna get. All right, who wants to grab one?
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna action shot it.
Is it a dip for it?
Yeah, the pink. Oh,
Oh my.
Oh wow, that looks amazing. Oh wow.
Wow.
let's go. All right. I'm gonna go for it.
She's going for it.
I want to try that too.
So thoughts?
That's good. Yeah. That's good. It's tofu and something crispy.
Something crispy. Alright, should I like
Yeah, go for it. Whoa.
It's the crispiest thing I've ever had. That's really good. That's crazy. It's really, really good.
That's pretty good.
Double dipping allowed, right?
Oh, you know, this might be the raspberry chili sauce.
Oh
I
yeah.
think it's raspberry, yeah.
There is raspberry in there.
That's
My reaction live. That looks good though.
the police is actually good.
Whoa.
I feel like it's all about the consistency, this one.
It's really good.
I thought you were just lying for the camera, bro.
Strong start, strong start.
Feels about
I'm ready for more.
strong start.
Yeah, hop on in.
I'm doing it.
What is the stick?
It's supposed to be a bone.
Well, what is it?
So we're going
I
in
like that a
for
lot.
this one.
Chicken wing
Like
coming for you.
They're coming for you, literally.
I really like that.
So good.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Is it
Shame
fake?
there's only one. I could have a lot.
I want to know if that bone is edible.
No, it's a sugar cane.
Bamboo.
It did say sugar.
That's where the sugar cane is.
Do we get to ask some vegan questions already?
Yeah, hit me.
No? I'm kind of curious, like, why did you become vegan?
That was more than Michael.
Yeah, so I went vegan initially. Well, I started eating a plant-based diet in January 2020. I watched a documentary called The Game Changers. Have you guys seen it?
I have seen it.
Yeah, it's just a documentary talking about this one's
Crazy.
yeah, this one's insanely good actually.
Crazy. The
It's like a beef. Oh, the beans, yeah. Yeah, the beans. No.
No, you're here for the.
Yeah.
For this stuff.
You remember the beef? I watched a plant-based documentary talking about the benefits of eating a plant-based diet, And that got me into it. I started looking into it a little bit more. Then I learned about the environmental benefits of a plant-based diet, and that's like another amazing reason to do it. And then I watched a speech talking about the ethics. I honestly thought that was like the weakest argument to go vegan, but I think everybody has a little click moment. But for me, it was this guy. He said, "We all get one chance at life, and we take an animal's chance at life for like 5 minutes that you just forget about. Like as soon as you put the meal down." I don't know. For me, that just really resonated with me, and I was like, "Whoa, right." So that's kind of how I got started with it. Yeah.
That moment. Sometimes
Yeah.
that moment.
Exactly. That was the click for me. So
I do feel I don't know, in terms of like the health aspect of it, because I feel like that's always what scares me about it. Like, if I did go for a plant-based diet, I wouldn't be able to manage getting all my nutrients.
yeah.
I think a lot of people have that worry.
Yeah, no, in terms of like nutrition, I try to eat primarily whole plant foods. So I try to eat like beans and legumes and whole grains and stuff.
Wait, what's the difference between whole plant and
And plant-based.
when you say I try to eat whole plant as opposed to what?
So when I say whole plant, I generally mean unprocessed foods.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not eating necessarily Beyond Burgers or any of the
Gotcha.
Okay.
like junk
Eat the
food.
good stuff.
Yeah, any of the good stuff. Yeah, it is good. It is good stuff.
And there's a lot of it.
There's a lot of it, especially here. Yeah. But I found that since I tried to stick to eating whole grains, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and seeds, I feel like I was getting more nutrition and being healthier than I ever had been before. So
Because
that
you were
was
so conscious about it.
yeah, it made me a lot more intentional about when I ate. I understand like exactly where my nutrients come from. I think a big mistake people make is when they stop eating meat, they're like, okay, I'm just done. I just take the meat off the plate, but they don't replace it with legumes like lentils and chickpeas and all that stuff. Honestly, like my unscientific opinion is that 99% of the time that somebody has an issue when they're eating a plant-based diet, it's probably because they're not eating enough beans or enough chickpeas, because that has protein and iron and fiber. That's got most of the stuff that you normally get in meat. If you just take the meat out, then you're gonna run into issues. But if you're replacing with like proper stuff, you're good.
Nice.
Yeah.
As a follow-up,
Oh, yeah, I've got this
Yeah.
question.
you're more aware about where you're getting nutrients, what you're eating. How much more time do you spend in the kitchen post-vegan compared to pre-vegan?
Dude, I feel like you're setting me up for like these layups.
No, I'm actually
No, because I promise you, I spend less time in the kitchen.
really. For example, I don't cook so much meat
Yeah.
at all anymore at home, but I feel like I don't know. You want to make a lentil soup or something, like it's gonna take a while, you know? And yeah. If you want to find good recipes and
Yeah.
stuff, like if you want to make it good, I feel like
Yeah.
it probably adds up, no?
Yeah, I guess the best way to say it is when it comes to the protein source, I can just pop in a can of chickpeas or whatever beans, and I'm good. So anything that I would make vegan for me would take even less time because I don't have to do the cooking of the meat.
Okay, of
Because
course.
you're right. Like when it comes to if you want to make something nice or whatever, then it does take more time. But in the same way, you'd have to use all that time when it comes to like making the soup or lentil soup, cooking all the vegetables, cooking
I mean,
everything.
preparing a meat or preparing vegetables takes time.
Exactly right. So when it comes to like the actual trade-off where it just becomes like tofu or beans or whatever, you can eat tofu raw, you can eat chickpeas raw, whatever. Not raw, but like straight from the can. So I spend a lot less time in the kitchen.
That's fair. That's fair.
And the cleanup is actually way quicker.
Oh, because you don't have, yeah.
You guys have to do it for yourself, but so my mom noticed this because my mom's vegan too, and she noticed that because my dad still eats animal products, when she cleans like the plates that he leaves with like the animal fat and stuff, she has to use it takes a bit longer. Not that I always do this, but sometimes you can just use hot water and you can get rid of all the stuff on your plate so really fast. So
It's like the fats and also the blood. I mean, we don't cook so much meat anyway. I feel like I relate to that. And I feel like I don't even have the tools anymore to prepare meat at home. I don't know if I could even do it on like a wooden board or something. I would be a bit overwhelmed at how to
I don't know. I got big tomato sauce kind of gets everywhere. And you definitely so
yeah.
Maybe as a follow-up to speed, what do you think of all the like prepared like shakes type stuff, like Huel? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many products it feels are coming out
Yeah.
They're also vegan.
that are they're
Huel's
all-
vegan, yeah.
Most of them are vegan. Like, is that something that you've used? Do you consider? I don't know.
Yeah, no,
How does that fit in
100%.
plant-based diets? Kind of thing?
So I like to eat primarily whole food plant-based diet. But you know, when I was in the UK, I had some people. I think it's cool. I think it's whatever fits your needs. The more you stick to your whole plant foods, like your beans, your seeds, your vegetables, your fruits, the more health promoting that diet is going to be. Like I do eat, you know, Beyond Burgers every now and then. I do go out to restaurants. Like I still enjoy the foods that I enjoyed before. They always come out with new crazy stuff, like this chicken wing we just had.
Yeah. So
Yeah. I also feel like there's a culinary history of vegan stuff. I mean, we were just looking up tempeh,
Yeah.
and then it's I guess fermented soy.
Yeah.
And I can only think that that's super good for you. You
Yeah.
have some, you know, probiotics. You have your
100%. Yeah.
you have your proteins.
Yeah.
I guess not every vegan product, especially these kind of meat replacement products, is super healthy because a lot of it is super processed. But
Exactly.
I guess there's a scale.
Yeah, tempeh and tofu are really good for you. Like tempeh and tofu, they're really good for you because they come from soy. So
And also, like, when your diet really relies on like fresh, vegetables, like fresh fruit, it sounds like you need to have access to really high quality, like fresh vegetables and fruit, like to be able to really enjoy them. So, what would you say to people who might assume that it's much more expensive, like to have that sort of diet? What would you say to them?
I'll say two things. So the first one is I try to like embody the most least effort vegan you can be. So I buy a lot of frozen fruit, like frozen blueberries, frozen mango, and that stuff tends to be by weight. It's pretty cheap
Yeah.
and it's really nutritious. So I don't eat that much fresh fruit. And frozen fruit is actually just as nutritious, if not more nutritious, than fresh fruit because they
Stay.
freeze it and they freeze it as soon at the peak of its nutrition, whatever.
do you do smoothies and stuff?
When I have a blender, yeah. I don't have a blender right now, but when I have a blender, I love smoothies and stuff. But what it turns out is eating a vegan diet is actually, on average, a lot cheaper than eating a non-vegan diet.
Because meat's expensive.
Yeah, because meat's expensive, cheese is expensive.
Good meat's expensive.
True.
Yeah,
From, at least
true.
in Germany,
Yeah.
you can get really cheap meat, but I mean that's really not good for you. At least
But you can enjoy it. I think it's like this case of like healthiness, which is actually also enjoying it, because you could get cheap veg,
Yeah,
but it's not gonna feel as satisfying.
Yeah.
You know, like So I think how do you strike the balance? So like it's a really great shout out. I think the frozen fruit because
Yeah.
you still get a lot of satisfaction from them,
Yeah.
and they are nutritious and they're slightly cheaper than
Yeah.
fresh. So that's a great shout.
yeah. Well, I do the same thing with fruit, with vegetables actually too. I always get frozen vegetables. I just get the packs, and then I just get like the arugula or like whatever dark leafy greens that come in the containers. So that's how I generally do it. Like I can't really speak to exactly, like
Of course.
the price of it, like especially go to farmers markets because I don't do that much. Speaking from my experience, when I buy like vegetables, I usually buy them frozen because it's just way easier to prepare. I don't have to cut them up. And then the dark leafy greens, I just buy them like once or twice a week, and I use those. Again, beans are it's like €1 for a can. I did a calculation once, and the amount of protein and calories you get is way cheaper than even if you buy it cheap. And so in general, you're saving a lot more money. And so if you do want to like spend a little bit more on this part of that product, at least for me, eating vegan gives me that ability. But yeah, like, have you all seen the price of cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah. He knows.
Yeah.
The French dude.
So, well, you're French. Are you French? Or are you just from France?
Okay, so I am half French, half Brazilian.
Okay.
With a mom who grew up eating meat twice a day, every single day of her life.
Yeah.
She actually grew up like on a farm
Yeah.
with the cows
Yeah,
that
yeah.
are served for meat. So no, so it's really interesting because like me personally, like I grew up eating meat so much just because culturally that's what they did.
Yeah.
But the cows were right there.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not gonna lie, I think taste-wise, red meat is my favorite thing in life. But I've also like, literally
a deep French woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
beef and duck, but I would say Brazilian.
And Brazilian, it's true Brazilian.
But also, I love veg, and I've had like that. I've like done training to understand, the sustainability
Yeah.
issues, and then it's true. Like when you face it, you're like, well, if you want to have an impact on the planet, the best thing you can do is stop eating red meat.
100%.
So I'm like
Yeah.
reining myself back in, and
Yeah.
I actually really enjoy veg. So I'm really enjoying this,
Yeah.
but it's like a case of like, and my mom, moving to Europe has realized, you don't have like meat is much more expensive,
Yeah.
and it's all of that. So she reined us back in as well, like switching to like even like white meat or
Yeah.
like fish, and like gradually phasing it out, but like like doing all of that.
Not a picanha barbecue every week.
I mean, we wish, but no. But yeah, so me, like, I'll tell you, my favorite thing is like a meat that is like bleeding. Literally, I love it.
Yeah.
But it's not reasonable, and I think it's not a great standard to say, oh, like, those people who eat meat every single day, if you make that the standard of living is not sustainable for the planet,
Yeah.
then what are you doing? You know, like, you know,
Exactly.
if everybody can't afford to do that planet-wise, then it shouldn't be a behavior that should be encouraged.
Yeah,
So yeah,
100%. No,
so that's my 2 cents.
no, I totally agree with that. I think from a sustainability perspective, like 100%, you know, we have to move towards like a plant-based diet. Climate is such a hot topic right now, but people are not talking about what we eat, what we put into our bodies. Actually, a study came out a few years ago where the lead researcher said that the single biggest impact anybody can do is to eat a vegan diet on the planet. It's because it's not just like the carbon, but it's also the land, it's the water,
It's
like,
the land, that's the
pollution,
biggest one,
everything
yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah.
So you said you grew up with the cows, like, or like, no, your mom,
My mom, yeah.
your mom grew up with the cows. Do you ever think about it from the animal point of view, like the ethical point of view?
So I asked her that because I didn't have that upbringing, and I asked her, and she was like, they're really chill about it. They're like, oh yeah, we named the cows and everything, and then they're like, but when it's time for me, it's time for me. You know, it's a very. If you speak to many farmers, especially old school farmers, they don't have that whole it has a soul, you know, like it has feelings, because they. Also, it's not like Europe where they're like in these tiny cages. Like these are like wild animals almost. That get like they're living the life.
Yeah.
You know, they have like the huge fields. They can have as many kids as they want. Like there's no control whatsoever. And then they're like, time for a roundup, okay, and then that's it. And they don't know what's coming. So it's so it is brutal in a different way. But like I never understood that because me like even as we do have a farm, and I was like, oh come on, but like we can't eat that chicken. We named it, you know.
Exactly.
So I did have that.
Yeah.
But my mom like does like I don't know. It's a different generation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
but yeah.
generational. It's also, I don't know, somehow biology, you know? I mean, if any species,
Yeah.
like, I think this is, I'm not a biologist, but it's a classic narrative, no? Like nature is violent.
Yeah.
Brutal. Like,
Yeah.
nature is not
Yeah.
kind and empathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So somehow, yeah, I mean, there's a tradition, a long-standing tradition of people eating meat. Even I feel like it gets invoked in these other kind of diets, like paleo diet.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like invoking these historical
Yeah.
eras of people eating meat. And
Yeah.
it's also a thing of choice. Now we have
Yeah.
It's so important.
Exactly.
Like, I don't think, I imagine you didn't have those choices.
Exactly.
Exactly. And maybe the information as well, because like I think my mom's a good example because for her there was like physical proximity. And I don't think they had like the same guilt as in Europe. It's not like the cows, you know, never see the light and grow up in these like
Yeah.
very intensive. My mom typically she had no idea of the environmental impact because also the meat is right there. It's not like
Yeah.
it's traveling halfway around the world or even halfway through the country. So it's a specific case, I guess. But then she found out about the environmental impact, and that's what, you know, I guess triggered a different behavior, which was like, okay, we need to ration this. Then we went from like twice a day, every day, to like, okay, red meat maybe 3 times a week, which is still too much. But that was, I think, a great improvement for our family.
So Nika, something you were mentioning before was like the tradition. Something that really like changed my mind about when it came to being vegan was what you were kind of mentioning earlier about how brutal it is to harm these animals when it's no longer a necessity.
Yeah.
You know, and I get it. It's like we all grew up in a certain food, but then now I have the option not to hurt an animal. So for me, it's just strange to then decide, yeah, but it, like, you know what I mean? So
I do have a bit of a, I don't know, emotional reaction to when I see really this kind of, I don't know, lack of awareness. And, like, I still eat meat, I enjoy it, but when people have this thing of like, well, I have the right to.
Yeah.
Like, I could go to the supermarket and get my salami every day and put it on my bread every day.
yeah,
It gets to me.
yeah.
Why? Like
Yeah.
the amount of pleasure you
Entitlement.
get and the entitlement, the amount of pleasure you get from that, it's so little because it's habit.
Yeah.
You could exchange it with something else and you wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
So why not just do that?
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. Like, I've watched like slaughterhouse footage, and it's just like, and you know, even if they do live an amazing life, at the end of the day,
Yes, that's
it
the brutal bit.
still
Yeah.
goes to that. And so I think that's the craziest thing. Like when you have access to a supermarket, you can make the choice every day to have something like this. You know, it's like, damn, we can have this.
There's a little bit of skill involved to get exactly that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
But also, can I be brutally honest?
Yeah.
We all have to like become vegan, or at least vegetarian. But like something has to change. I think the planet, not enough people care. I think they're going to start caring once they realize that it harms their health.
Yeah.
So I think there's like a few studies that are starting to show that like we're eating too much meat and that it's like damaging our health to an extent. So and like it's starting to show that like it all depends on quantity. That's biochemistry for you. But like after like a certain threshold, you're just gonna get cancer. Like you'll be like X times more likely to get cancer or to get like XYZ. And so no, but it's true. It's like gut cancer and these things, and like it'll be triggered by all the process. Like
Nice. That's the tofu, alright. That's good.
yeah, you're missing out.
I think you should try it.
Okay, I just had that sweet and sour chicken thing. That's just straight up sweet and sour chicken. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm kind of stuck. Thank you so much.
The sauce is super good.
All right.
Try the dumpling.
Which one?
Over there.
Dumpling, right. Okay, let's see. I'm going to try not to... Okay, I'm going to try not to break things.
I think it's got mango.
Okay. Super nice.
So many flavors.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
And I'm not even that big of a mango fan, but this really makes sense.
No, it's good.
It's really nice.
Very, very good.
Super nice.
Check out this hidden gem. Damn. I don't know what it is, but it looks
Right, he's going to eat it.
Mmm. I have no idea what it is, but it tastes really good.
Definitely something like, I think it's meant to be beef. It's really nice. Yeah.
Just going for seconds.
Also, biggest like flavor hack is mushrooms in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had that. For like a rich flavor. Mushrooms.
Yeah, you're right. Delicious. Alright, here we go. Grab it.
Any words of what it tastes like?
Delicious. Like, amazing, satisfying, fulfilling, spicy, the whole thing. Is that tofu? Am I gonna grab it? Oh, I did! Oh, guys, I feel like this is the second time in a row I'm
No, go
grabbing
for it.
tofu. Okay, I'm dunking it. There you go. Tofu. It's a Thai red chicken curry. That's what it is. It's delicious. Super nice.
Minus the chicken.
Minus the chicken, but like all the taste, the satisfaction, the flavor is super nice.
There's some crazy bits here as well, not just tofu.
I think one thing that like makes a huge difference with vegan food is like the textures. Because I think arguably one of the things you can miss when you stop eating meat is like the texture and like the chewiness of meat. But when you've got like big chunks like that and you've got like the tofu, it ticks that box. So it's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah,
And
if
it
it was
has-
all carrot, I mean, the curry is the flavor, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if it was all carrot, I think it wouldn't be the same thing having those chunks.
All right. It's good. It's an egg roll. No egg, of course. No, it's good. Really, really good.
For me, the variety does it. I'm so glad there's a lot of us.
Yeah.
It's crazy how varied the flavors are. Super nice. And I want to try this.
Yeah, this one's definitely spicy into this one. Maybe
It has some
chili flakes.
like on it, I think. I haven't gotten much spice.
Hang on, have I had one of these before?
Sauce
No,
is
I
good.
Oh,
haven't had this. Go for it. Go for it. Go.
Double dip is allowed, right? I'll keep a bit for you, yeah?
You can finish it. You can kill it. Kill it like it's humane slaughter.
Damn.
going hard on the sweet sour sauce. Let's go.
Just 'cause it's your birthday. That's the gift.
The last of the roll.
I want you to take me to as many places like this.
Oh yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
exactly.
Yeah, it's like you're discovering more. It's not restricted. It's just
Right.
expanding. You can
Exactly.
make more choices at the end of the day. Especially if you're someone that chooses to still eat meat.
Yeah.
Like we do. I'll be honest, I eat meat, I like meat.
Yeah.
Can I say
Well,
that on the chat?
I mean, I like meat too. Yeah, like nobody gets meat because they don't like the flavor. Everybody likes the flavor. And it's just like you guys mentioned, it's not even like, can I mimic the flavor exactly? Which there are ways to do that nowadays, which is like amazing. But can you still get a meal that you're like, man, that was an amazing meal?
Yeah.
Again, especially from like a sustainability angle, you're totally right. And I think it's important to get people to understand what plant-based eating even looks like. If you understand you can eat this amazing food, then the thought of going completely vegan, because a lot of people are just scared. It's like, what vegan? Like, what the fuck am I gonna eat?
Also, we're lucky to live in a city, right? Like,
100%.
I mean, I say city, but I feel even that doesn't really count. But a big city that
Yeah.
offers a lot of options.
Berlin is like just especially good. But I've lived in so many different places. I haven't gone to like the remote middle of nowhere. And there's always obviously vegans around based on wherever you are. But even in Budapest and Mexico City, and even like Canary Islands, I went once, and it was just a couple vegan restaurants or vegan options. So it's a lot more mainstream.
I think, yeah, more and more now.
You're right. Eating more plant-based is a huge win for the planet, and we all should be shifting to more plant-based diet. Do you guys know why vegans are completely against eating any kind of animal product at all? Like, do you understand why a vegan would say that's not enough from their angle?
I guess it's ethical.
Yeah,
That's
and because it's maybe down to the choice that we have alternatives now. Maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, why would you demand an animal to die for you? Why do it at all if you don't have to? We can enjoy this.
And so I've got a question for you. Like, are there any aspects of meat that you miss today that you feel like you haven't found an equivalent like for in the vegan diet? Like, for me, for example, I think the things I would really miss, and maybe it's a bit niche, but I think it's the taste first of all, but
Yeah.
whatever. But like the texture, like
Yeah.
you know, like I think there's a thing as well that like our jaws were designed to an extent, not saying every single day, but to bite and to chew. And I realize, you know, like this is what my
Chew
trick.
texture, 100%.
My trick is like gnocchi, because like it
Yeah.
has that like resistance. So that's my
Yeah.
trick to like, you know, get that satisfaction. Any aspects that you miss from meat at all, or you've like found a substitute for everything?
All right, y'all might think this is a cop out, but I think I'll say just like the convenience of being able to like go wherever you want. I'm not gonna lie, like that. Excuse me. That is a bit of that is one of the things where I'm like, oh, like that sucks. That's usually when I'm traveling. That's specifically when I'm traveling. That's like 1% of my life, you know, like 2% of my life. When I'm established in a place, I know where I can get my favorite foods. I know where to go. I know how to cook. So that's what I would say is like the biggest miss. But when it comes to textures, I had vegan eggs, I had vegan ice cream, macaroni and cheese. The only thing I think that I don't even care about is steak. Like I was never a big fan of steak, and maybe there's plant-based steak out there. I don't know. I know there is actually, but like, you know, let's run it by y'all and see
I mean,
what y'all
that's
say.
literally the most like raw form of meat. It's
yeah.
just put on a grill, so it's hard to.
On the other hand, like now I'm a chickpea fiend. I love lentil soup, like you were mentioning earlier. Like we didn't have to that part, but you know, you're talking about how like you wish you had known about lentil soup earlier. There's so many new flavors that I hadn't experienced. So I think the most important question is like, do I ever sit there being like, damn, I don't have anything good to eat? Zero. And it's always the opposite. I'm always feeling like, damn, I have so much to eat, and I can't believe I thought that I would be missing out.
Yeah. So fair enough. Yeah.
like 7.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, she's doing it.
It's a vegan creme brulee.
No way, that's cream.
Yeah.
My phone.
Okay. Definitely different from a normal creme brulee. It's a little bit more liquidy, but it's very good. The flavor is, good flavor.
All right, let's see what the French have to say, though.
Yeah.
I'm not a big
go,
creme
let's
brulee,
go.
so you go
I
for
mean,
it.
it's
I feel like you will be a more
coconut.
rigid.
Oh, coconut creme brulee?
Coconut.
Yeah.
Well,
The actual-
they really did the whole thing with the top.
It's coconut. That's quite good.
It's really good.
It's a bit like
I vibe.
It's like halfway
It's
between
lighter.
pudding and a yogurt,
Yeah, because the consistency is a bit lighter.
but it has the kind of like burnt caramel top thing going on. It's very nice.
Try it.
I'm not even like
It's actually a bit lighter, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
It's a bit more
my street.
yogurt like.
Yeah. I'm not a big creme brulee person, so this is more up my street than the
Yeah?
creme brulees, I think, yeah. It tastes like a Brazilian dessert, that's why. It's like one of the coconutty desserts. Forgot the name. It'll come back to me. It's a punji.
It's a punji.
There.
You want to tell us what this is?
So it's an avocado cheesecake, I believe.
That's right.
We have some mint on top. I think some coconut. Let's get a action shot. Okay. I'm skeptical,
Oh.
but it's good.
We want honesty on this channel.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. No, it's good. I think that the concept of avocado is a little frightening,
I mean, it's
but
very
it's
green.
sweet. It's a little bit acidic. They did a good job.
Wow.
Avocado dessert.
Nice.
I'm
That is not what I expected.
Did they say it's cheesecake?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not getting the cheesecake.
Did you grab the bit at the bottom?
It's not bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow, look at that. I didn't even see that.
I don't know how much I like that.
It's kind of fruity.
It feels like a fruit mousse.
Yeah. But the taste is nice.
Yeah. But yeah.
What the hell?
There you go.
That's okay. Wait, that tastes like that tastes like an avocado smoothie that I'm
it
eating.
does. It does.
A little bit more solid.
Yeah. With a nice little look at this. Ooh, would you get this? Look at that. With some of that in there.
Oh, yep, I got it.
Well, I'm glad we tried it.
I prefer the.
Yeah, I prefer the creme brulee. Yeah, but it's green, so it's good for you, you know.
That's the vegan
That's
slogan.
Exactly, it's green. All right, y'all. So we actually got kicked out for being too rowdy. No, I'm just kidding. No, they closed down. So, anyways, I just want to take the chance to thank you guys so much for being part of the video. And if you guys have any last-minute comments or anything you want to plug,
Where are we going next week?
all right, he's in for the next one. But how about y'all? Anything you want to
No,
say?
just a great night, good food. Thumbs up.
Great food.
restaurant.
Great food.
Awesome.
I mean, if anything, we gotta plug the restaurant, right?
Yeah. So 1990 vegan living. Yes, got it right. And yeah, cool. Well, again, thanks so much for joining. And
Thanks for having us.
yeah, absolutely. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
Like, subscribe, comment, share, tell your friends, tell your family,
And eat vegan.
and watch it again.
Thank
to
you.
be sure.
Exactly. Yeah, just to make sure that view counted. No, but anyways, all right. Thank you guys so much. All right, peace, y'all. Take it easy. Get your legumes and B12.